Okay, everybody, I'm going to give you 5 quick tips on how I repaired my hair from this to that. But the proof is always in the pudding, and I had to learn it the hard way. And I'm going to give you all the details quickly, efficiently. My 5 top tips, not all the tips, but just 5 top ones. Number 1, always go to a good hair professional. Have conversations with them about the products that they use, because the color they use, the bleach, and all that is super, super important. You never want to go to a hair care practitioner that uses insufficient products, and you have to be on the same page with the hair practitioner. You may want something, they may not understand it, they may not believe in what you're doing. Ask them about the type of bleach they use, ask them if there's a bond protector in the bleach, ask them about the color range. And if they aren't cooperating with you, just go find another hair practitioner. It took me a while to work with people that understood me, and I am so lucky. I found people that actually adore the fact that I ask them a lot of questions about their products because they love what they do. So they educate me at the same time, and they love the fact that I have good knowledge. So I would definitely recommend to work with somebody that is able to give you those answers, and that is just easy to work with. You want to work with people that want to work with you. Okay, so ask them about, is there a bond protector in the bleach? What's the range of the color? Where's the line from? If I travel, can I get that color with me? Are you here during application? Do you leave and walk your dog and leave me alone to process, and you could over process? How long does this color need to be processed for? I always at the salon put my own timer on my phone, and I let them know, okay, it's time to wash out the color. Color stops working at 45 minutes, but that's how I feel comfortable. I want to say that I have only been to professionals, and the few times that I have had horrible things happen to me at the salon with my hair, it's all been done by professionals. Moral of the story, you need to have a good relationship with this professional and do your homework. And whenever I travel for work, which is often, I literally research where to go, and I look at the reviews. Now it's a lot easier. We can see reviews online, but I also speak to people about their performance, because you've seen so many horror stories online. It could be somebody that has a lot of experience, but you just weren't on the same page. Number 2, if you are repairing your hair like I was during that time, like in my early 20s when I had some disasters happen to me, you need to make sure that you're shampooing properly. I didn't know like how to shampoo. Nobody taught me. So I used to just do this. My hair was a mess, and when I'd go to the salon, they could tell like I was not shampooing properly. We need to shampoo with a shampoo that suits our specific hair type, that is professional, preferably. That's what I believe. And I do use sulfates and sulfate free, but I make sure that it's the sulfates that don't bother me, because I have a very sensitive scalp. So the Loreth sulfate, for example, that really bothers me. I can't use it. And remember to choose also the shampoo that works for your hair type. You want to have a squeaky clean scalp. The oil, it's okay to have some oil because we do want that, but once the oil comes in, you got to wash it out with a double shampoo, and you have to make sure that you have a beautiful clean scalp to create a beautiful bed for the new hair growth to come in. Bonus of number 2 is give yourself a nice massage. When you've got the oils in there, it will do wonders and it feels great, and then you can go ahead and wash out your hair. Number 3, I started masking regularly. So when you're in the reparative stage, you want to mask at least once a week. I remember hair practitioners were telling me just wash every time you mask, shampoo and mask. But because I'm using really good products, like my Pureology is so thick, I can shampoo, condition, and then shampoo, mask, condition on every other wash. That's what works for me. You really want to make sure that you are conditioning your hair correctly in the shower. I don't comb my hair in the shower. I finger comb. You separate all your hair and you make sure that that is penetrating through your hair. And while you do everything else in the shower, just let it sit there and let the steam hit that and really penetrate through your hair strands. I like to mask, and then I like to condition and seal everything in there with the conditioner, and that's really what works very, very well for me. Sometimes I find my hair is too soft after that process, so you want to be aware of that too. And as far as like protein masks and all that, I really don't believe in that stuff, guys. I did use Olaplex to help repair my hair, the Olaplex 3 that I was doing a treatment once a month. Now I do it once every 2 months. But as far as like those rice experiments and different protein infused products, you have to be very, very careful. I've seen a lot of horror stories about that. If you protein overload, that can cause your hair to break off. It can have a very negative effect on that. There's a lot of credible people online. Oh gosh, there's so much mixed information out there, but I would really be careful about the protein overload, and I would just really keep it simple. Use the KISS method, keep it really, really simple, use your common sense, and do what works for your hair type. I've got 2 more tips for this video, and the second last one correlates with the first one about the hair care professional and about the colors. While you're in this reparative phase, it's just for now, don't panic, but I wouldn't be bleaching. I was only getting highlights. I never like bleached out my roots or bleached out all my hair, but my hair was over processed the couple of times I had disasters, and it can do a lot of damage. So just stop the bleach for now. I'd go to a high lift color, although color doesn't color on top of colored hair. So when we're talking roots, go to a high lift or a regular color. And if you're talking highlights, just put it on a pause for now. I did repair my sister's hair. I'll show videos here, some clips. She was mortified. She would not believe me that I just told her all she had to do for a little while was follow these steps, the good products, and to also stop the bleach, and it worked. And this year, after I think a year or two, yeah, it was just a year I think of stopping the bleach, she started doing her highlights again. The bleaches are made completely different now, guys. You can get some with great bond repair. You can get a clay bleach, which may be more suitable for your hair type. Stop that for a little while and just do your color, and then you can come back to highlights when your hair is nice and strong. And I'd love to know if you are wanting to come back to bleach after that. I know my sister, she dove right into it. I never went back to bleach and highlights. I just don't want to. I don't want to go too much off track here, but I got a few sun-kissed highlights, like very, very few, a couple years ago. And then my stylist said, we don't even need to do them because my hair lightens up so quickly in the sun. So I just do color now for my roots. And that is a great segue into number 5. My last point for this video, or my last tip, is the sun and the sea. When I was going through all that drama, early 20s, I didn't know what in the world I was doing. I didn't know that I needed to protect my hair from the sun and the sea. And I'm telling you, since that time, I have never been outside without hair protection when there's sun. We're talking like summer months, and also in the Mediterranean in the spring when it's very warm. So your hair needs protection from the sun, guys, and also your scalp. It can burn, so I would recommend wear a hat for the top here. Always make sure you have a beautiful leave-in conditioner with UV protection in your hair. And then also when you go into the salt water, this is my very last tip. Listen, when you go into the salt water, your hair needs to be 100% protected. But I'm going to tell you what I did in the reparative stage, because I used to go to a salon that was a mother-son salon, and the mother pulled me aside one day and she says to me, you're not putting your head in the water at this time. So, you know, she gave me the example, when you go swimming, you've got that beautiful salt on your body that feels so good, and like your skin feels so smooth. You got this natural exfoliate. The sea, it's all iodine, right? It's healing. She's like, you don't want that on your hair. So I actually stopped putting my hair in the sea. But then her son popped up and said, well, you gotta live, right? So just use a leave-in conditioner. Here's what I would do. While your hair is repairing, I wouldn't even put it in the sea. And then once your hair is doing better, I would for sure use the leave-in conditioner. Again, that's being very strict, but I am very strict with my hair. And here's your alternative. If you are dipping your hair in the sea, even with the protection, the second you get out, you got to head into that shower and just wash off. You don't want this the salt water settling in on your hair, even though you get these beautiful ringlets, right? So you just don't, it's just too harsh for the hair. So the first part would be avoid just dipping your head in. And I have to say, guys, I haven't dipped my head in the ocean for a while. I just do my pineapple bun for that, and I really don't care how ridiculous I look, because that's how I feel comfortable. Step 2, you have a leave-in conditioner of some sort. There's a lot of good products out there before you go in. And then step 3, you rinse off as soon as you come out. So you have some good alternatives depending on how strict you want to be. But again, if you're repairing from something like this to, you know, wanting something like this, sometimes it's better to be a little bit more strict where you can, and then you will heal a lot faster. So I hope that was helpful. Again, this was just a really compact, my top 5 if you're really in that restorative reparative phase. And then I will be back with a new video to continue the conversation with more tips. But of course, your inquiries are always welcome. I will see you guys in the next one. Be soon.